Alright guys, MTech Guy here, and today we're going to take a look at the little one series, the E87 130i, because I have a headlamp bulb out. Now this one series has the xenon headlamp bulbs, and I noticed recently that one of them started glowing pink, not that nice crisp white colour that they should be glowing. So it went pink for a day or two, and then what happened, it went white again, and then it started sort of coming and going. It would go out, and it would come back, go out, come back again, until eventually, after 3 or 4 days, the thing finally failed. So if you've got a xenon headlamp that's recently gone pink, it's a sign that sooner or later it's gonna fail and it's time for replacement. Now when your headlamp finally does fail, it will give you a warning on the dashboard. Even though it's pretty obvious if you're driving around in the dark when your headlamps is out. Now when it comes to replacing the xenon bulb, you do have a few options out there. You can either go to your main dealer to get one. There are a few other brands out there. Now I normally go for the Osram branded ones or the Sylvania. There are many other brands out there, but what I've found is them two seem to be the best. Now you can find much cheaper ones out there, normally the Chinese ones. What I've found is they don't last very long, so even though it's costing you a lot less money, it's not going to last in the long term. So pretty much you get what you pay for. Now also, because the bulbs do deteriorate over time, if you're just replacing one, it's likely that the intensity of the light might not match the other side, so it is worth considering replacing both at the same time. But I'm just going to replace the one today. Now I've gone for the Osram branded xenon bulb today. And these are made in Germany, and I'm pretty sure these were the OEM bulbs when the vehicle was new. Now it's the DS1 type that you want to be going for. This is the correct one for this vehicle. Alright, let's take a look at the steps required to get the xenon headlamp bulb changed out. Okay, so it's my right hand side xenon bulb that's failed that you can see here. So that's the one that we're going to be carrying out the replacement on today. Now before we get too carried away, the first thing that we need to think about is isolating the power to the xenon headlamp bulb itself, because these things are high voltage, so there is the risk of electrocution if there's still power going to the bulb when you're carrying out the replacement. So first we're going to isolate the power to the bulb. So to be able to do that, what we can do is turn the headlamps to the off position, and the main thing is make sure your ignition's switched off and make sure the key's out the slot. If you want to go an extra step, you can disconnect the battery, but the main thing is having that ignition in the off position. Alright, so now that we've got the power isolated to the headlamp itself, we can now safely remove the xenon headlamp bulb. So first of all, we need to gain access to the bulb, which we do so by gaining access to the back of the headlamp unit here. So to gain access to the xenon headlamp bulb, we need to remove this plastic cover on the back of the headlamp unit here. So to be able to do so, there's two metal clips that just need popping to the side. There's 1, 2, and now we can remove the plastic cover. Right, so that's the xenon bulb right there, the one with the square shape at the back of it. So to be able to remove the bulb, we first need to unclip this metal retainer at the back there. So we're just going to lift that up, push it to one side, and we can disconnect the plug at the bottom of the bulb there. Just pull that off, like so. I'm going to get hold of the bulb, pull it out. There we go, and just watch that you don't damage any of these metal tangs as you're removing the bulb, and same when we reinstall the new one. So there we go, that's the old bulb, and if we take a close look, you can see it's all blown out there. Okay, so we've got our new bulb here. Now, as you remove this from the box and we go to install it on the vehicle, just be mindful of the fact that you do not want to touch the glass portion of it, because the oils from your skin can cause damage to it. So just be careful not to touch it. I'm wearing some nitrile gloves here, just in case I accidentally touch it as I'm putting it back in position. Okay, so when it comes to install the new xenon bulb, just make sure the connector for the electrical connector is facing downwards. And we're just going to carefully position that right where it should go. Again, just be careful you don't damage any of them metal tangs. Just make sure that's fully seated, give it a good push, and now we can swing our retainer back in position and clip it back down. Reconnect the electrical connector. And now we can reinstall the plastic backing. Push the two clips back in position. And just make sure this is fully seated, because you don't want to risk getting any moisture in there, because it's going to wreck your headlamps and the modules. So just make sure that's got a positive fitment. Right, now that's all clipped back in position, we can now test out this new bulb. That looks better. Alright guys, so there we have it. That's how you get your xenon headlamp bulb changed out on your E87 1 Series BMW. If you found the video interesting or useful, don't forget to give it a like, and make sure you go and check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more BMW DIY content. Consider subscribing if that's your cup of tea. I'm MTech Guy. Thanks a lot for watching.